Okay, I'm going to show you how to get the bead set up so that it doesn't, just show you how to set the bead on the mono. What this is a 3-pound mono, 6X. You can use a bigger mono for bigger flies, but what I do is make flat mono. I have a Regal vise here, so it makes it a lot easier to do this, but not the totally end part, but just put it in the jaws there and just clamp it. As you can see, it's flattening the mono. Don't stretch it, just clamp it. What that does, it gives you some flat mono. Then you can just put the bead right on it. You can tie the fly. Welcome to Utah's Fly Corner. I'm going to show you how to tie a bead wing midge. These patterns are great producers. Thread I'm using is a Uni 8/0 in gray. Hook I got here in the vise is a size 16-15-50 Dutch, or Daiichi, however you want to say it. And I'm going to start my thread right behind the eye. Actually, I'm going to start right at the eye. I'm going to run it down about a quarter of the way. Stop. Bring it back up half that distance. You put a little bit of, you put breathers on it. You make a fancy one. Let's take some white marabou. I like a fair little clump, but just get it wet to make it a lot more manageable. Get it good and wet. And I snip off the butt ends. Just get those out of the way, because the fibers on those are always going to want to track back on you. Just catch that in on top with a loose turn. I like to go 3 turns going down it, and 2 turns in front, 2 turns coming back. Snip that on a taper. Now we're going to take our mono that we flattened. I have a bead on here. This is an 11/0 bead. You can go with a smaller bead, but I like the 11/0. But I threaded the bead onto the mono. Just push the bead back out of the way so it doesn't get in your way. And take your flat piece of mono. Catch that tag end right up in there. Slide it down. And make sure you tie it in on that side. And see about where you want your wing to sit. Make sure you tie it in nice and tight. And a wing sitting right about there would be nice, I think. Now this is a little hard to see what I'm going to do here, but you can see it's all flat. It's in there good. But what I'm going to do is, as I bring this down, I'm going to grab my thread. Oh, my bead got away on me. I'm going to grab my thread. My thread is now underneath the bead on top of the mono, holding the bead in place. Catch it on, bring a figure 8 wrap around, bring your bead up, tighten, pull on the mono, tighten that up. You can rotate your bead. I take about 3 wraps right on it, and then bring the thread back about halfway, tying in your mono. Snip the mono off, bring your thread back up. Now what I like to do, just to make that a little more secure, that bead's not going anywhere. With the way that mono's tied in, and it's 3-pound mono, I mean you can push on that and fish can chew on it all day long. I haven't lost a bead off of a fly tied with it like this yet. What I like to do also is just take a little bit of head cement. I just got some Sally Henson's here. It'll sink in and dry pretty quick, but I just like to dap a little on those thread wraps there. Just watch your marabou, don't get it on the marabou. And if your marabou is getting dry, which it looks like it is, just get it wet again. So we're going to turn it over. Now we're going to go with the rib. I'm going to tie the rib in on the way back. That's going to be extra small silver French tinsel. This is a proper tinsel. It's a lager tin. I'm going to wrap that in on my side, keeping it on my side. Bring it back. Caught the hook point a little bit there. Dutch hooks are so sharp. Just the thread even grazes them and it puts a tear to it. So I'm going to bring it back up. Nice even wrapped. Right up to the back of the bead. Wrap the silver tinsel. I like to get the wraps to widen as they come up. Catch that in. I'm going to pull it to my side and I'm going to bring it to the front, tying it in so it's secure. Snip that guy off. Now I'm going to put a little dubbing in for the thorax. I'm going to do a brown for this one. Just going to use some brown superfine. Dub it on there. Not worried about it being too tight of a dub. I mean, a fuzzy midge is. Now I like to go once around it, come back down, and then that last little bit of dubbing bring right into the front of the wing. Build up a little bit of a head, and go right into whip finish. Down, snip them, snip the thread off. You can lacquer the head if you want, but a good whip finish is more than enough. And then just take the breathers. I like to make them, take the scissors points and angle them up towards the top of the bead, and just snip off. Marabou makes great breathers. You can fluff the marabou, that way you can see how it looks. And spin your fly around. If it's extra fuzzy and you don't like it, you can always trim it off. But it is a great emerger pattern to fish on a dry dropper rig for midge and trout. They pound these. You can do just a simple one with just a thread body with the bead on there. It'll work just as well. Also, you can tie this style, just do a pheasant tail, and it makes a deadly BWO emerger as well. But that's a bead wing emerger, and as you can see, I'm really pushing on that wing, and it ain't going nowhere. That's the way I tie them. You tie them up that way, you'll never lose a bead on there. But that's a fly. Thanks for watching. Johnny Utah. Check me out on my site, www.utahsflyquarter.com. Thanks for watching.